Welcome. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's Seek and You Will Find. I was reading some of the questions before and I lost track of the time, so I'm sorry if I'm a little late. I got some good questions or good requests tonight, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to go ahead and set the energy for tonight. I didn't think of a healing on my own, so I'm just going to jump right into all of the questions that you guys are asking, and because they're good. And I'm going to start by setting the energy with a prayer. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. Okay. I noticed that some of you have figured out how to write private questions, and I just wanted to go over that with you. I had to be educated on that myself in the last couple of weeks. If you look down at the bottom of the chat bar on the right side of the screen, you'll see something that says, type your comments, and above it, it says to everybody. Next to where it says to everybody are three little dots. And if you click on those dots, you can change it to say to admin only. So if you're writing a private question, you don't want everybody else to see who's writing it, click those three dots and direct the question to admin only. Okay? And the reason we're going to do it this way is because I'm going to try to route everybody through the Webinar Jam chat bar now instead of through my phone or email, because I'm missing requests. And if I can get them all in one place, I think it'll be easier and a better chance of me getting to everybody's requests. That being said, sometimes I don't have time for everybody's requests. Now I try to, but do bear in mind that when there are a lot of people on the call, it's possible you may or may not get your question answered. Okay, but I try to give everybody a healing on every question, so you will walk away with a lot of healing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start with the prayer. Oh, I already did that. So the first healing I'm going to do is on fatigue. I like that request, and I'm going to do that for everybody. So let's go ahead and take a look at everyone right now. And just to tell any of you that are here for the first time, I'm doing this off of a composite of everybody on the call tonight. What I'm looking at is the fatigue from this person is actually from this really intense level of responsibility. And when that responsibility is, I should say, when you are able to pull some of your energy out of all of that responsibility, that is what I see is making you really tired, because all of the tension that you hold 24/7 from all the responsibility that you're hanging on to or that you are running through your space is very tiring and harsh on your body. So we're going to get you to release some of that, and I'm going to do the healing on everyone as well. Good. I like what I see. There's energy flowing out, like from the head down, and it's just rolling off. Like if you've ever seen time-lapse photography of fog coming in and then rolling down, that's exactly what it looks like, what I'm seeing coming out of you. And it wouldn't surprise me if your muscles are really tired and sore, because I'm seeing that the way that this responsibility energy is held, it's like stress on the muscles as well. So I'm taking responsibility out of everybody's space and really working this particular vibration. And one of the things you can do for people that you feel responsible for is to give them a gold grounding cord and then a gold line of energy from their crown to a gold sun for Supreme Being, and just ground them and put them back in communication with Supreme Being. A lot of times people will ground through you because they've lost their communication with Supreme Being, and that's what they're really looking for. And because you know how to say hello to Spirit, they come to you looking for that connection again. And that's a really simple way that you can reground somebody. And then as all of that responsibility energy comes out of all of you, what's behind it are is some dark energy in the heart chakra where you feel obligated to like to help people. So it's out of obligation. I'm going to clear that. And that fatigue energy that was the result of the other energy I was working on is coming out, and that's very puffy white energy. Good. I'm very happy with how that worked. So that cleaned that out really well. I'm just going to step away for 1 second, turn my fan on. So just a minute here. That wasn't too far, right? Okay, let me go back and take a look at, I've filled everybody in with gold, and I'm going to move on to the next one now. Thank you for that request. Okay. I have a request for stomach issues, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. There's so much nervous activity in the stomach that I want to start with in everybody that I want to ground. And there's a lot of tension being held in the stomach. I'm doing this because this is what the stomach looks like. It's like moving when I look at it energetically. To the person that asked this question, in your particular case, it looks like there might be parasites, little buggy boos in the stomach. So I'm kind of doing two things. I'm grounding tension out of everybody's stomach area. But for the person who asked this question, like I said, I think it looks like you have parasites. And so I'm just doing a little bit of a different grounding for you. But that's something that you might want to look into with a doctor or a cleanse. The other thing too that I'm working on is the stomach is governed by the third chakra, which is in your solar plexus. So I'm also giving a healing to the third chakra to relax the stomach. Most of you are holding a lot of work energy in your third chakras, and that's what's coming out. Okay. Good. I like that. I'm starting to see some gold come into the stomach now, some light. Okay, I'm going to fill you in with gold. All right. That was kind of surprising to me to see how much work energy gets stuck in that third chakra. Something to think about when you come home from work, to ground your third chakra as you ground yourself, which I know you do, and run your energy, because that's important. Okay. I have another physical request, and that was for foot. So a foot injury, and I'm going to work on everybody's feet and your foot chakras. So on the bottoms of our feet, we have openings to our chakras in our feet, and they tend to collect a lot of energy because wherever you're walking, you're collecting energy. So we get a lot of pain pictures lit up in the feet, and when they don't get cleaned out, it actually affects how much earth energy you pull up through your legs. So then it starts affecting your legs, not just your feet. So I'm going to clean out those chakras as well as the channels in your legs. Okay, I'm cleaning out the left side first. And to the person that asked this question about having a healing on their foot, there's a being in your foot. So I'm going to move that out. It's a little white being. It's probably causing some of the problem. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the right side. The right side seems to flow better for most people. It's probably your dominant side for the majority of people, but it was that left side that was really weak. Oh, we're getting a little bit of black energy out of the right foot. That's always good. That's always a plus, getting black out of there. Okay, that looks much better. The energy that was brought back in was a beautiful clear blue and a bright sunny yellow. Okay, I have another request that came in on my phone that I want to reread just so I get it right. Okay, so this is a request for somebody that went into the emergency and had some emergency surgery. And I'm going to do a healing on them and then see how I can apply that to everyone. So I actually work with a being. His name is Robert, and I've been working with him for over 10 years, probably closer to 15 years. He's what's called a psychic surgeon. And he just came in and wanted to work on the person that asked this question. He came in to work on mending your cells together, like putting everything back together as it grows back. And yeah, he's saying everything's going well to just keep resting. And then he said what he'd like to do for everybody else is work on their immune system. So he's going to do a healing on everyone on your immune system. This is just so that you guys know, this is a healer being that I bring in for um, physical or cellular work. He's got a lot of information on that. He's taking this weird, gross green out of the immune system. It's like where you can tell there's been sickness. That's kind of the color of it, is sickness. So that energy is coming out of the immune system. It's like a weird pea green color. Okay. And then he finished off the healing by bringing in a lot of gold light into the respiratory system. So I'm going to thank Robert and thank you for that request. I'm going to fill you in with gold. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I got a request for a healing on COVID. I actually have a number of clients who have COVID right now. So, yes, I will absolutely give everybody a healing on what I can do for that. The best way I can help you, or those of you that have COVID, is what I see is that the body is like working so hard to move this virus out that it's just producing, and it needs help actually getting everything out. So I'm working on moving all of the, like especially the energy that's coming out of the body, moving it down and out of the aura. I can tell you that the energy of COVID is very gummy, like gummed up, like, and kind of tacky. So it's very slow coming out. And the way that I see that energy, you know, in the first COVID cases, before there were shots and people were getting really serious COVID cases, that stickiness was what I was finding in the lungs. Now that people are getting shots and they're not getting that exposure, I don't see as much of that sticky stuff in the lungs. And then I'm also helping ground out the energy in everybody's telepathic channels, because that gets affected with COVID, and everybody could use a telepathic channel healing. Okay, wake up. I know that was a long time that I was quiet. I had told you that that energy is so slow and sticky. It just took a while to get it out of there, but I think I've got it out of there. I'm going to fill you in with gold, fill everybody in with gold. Okay, good. Thank you for that request. Oh, yeah, I got a great question. How do you close a portal? That is a really good question. And I'm going to teach you a very easy, simple way to close a portal. It doesn't have to be a big, all involved thing. And you could call a portal a doorway. So we're going to do it the same way you would do closing a doorway. You can visualize a door and postulate as you visualize that door that it is a portal. And the main thing that you want to do is work in conjunction with Supreme Being and ask Supreme Being to work with you to clean out that whole space before you close the door. So you're going to clean out what's behind the door first, then close the door, and then have Supreme Being run gold all the way around the door frame, the door threshold, to seal it. That was a good question. I'm going to go ahead and just take a look at you all now and see if anybody is being the effect of a portal that needs to be closed. There's about 8 of you that have portals where you live, like in your homes. And I'm going to try to close those. Okay, I grounded the portals. It's a little tough for me in this to close them all. But what I was going to say is, if you find that you have a portal that is um, a nuisance, like you've got a lot of beings coming through it and destroy energy, give me a call. I do house healings, and I do them either remotely or in person on location. So if you're having trouble with a portal, please give me a call and I can work on that one-on-one with you. And thanks for that request. I hope that gave you enough information where you could sit down and practice doing that and closing it yourself. Okay. All right. Oh, I love that. A request for a creative healing, and specifically to take out the negative energy from the news that would be affecting your creative process. I really like that request. So here goes. What I'm doing is I'm looking at your creative process in the symbol of a graphic pie. I break it into 4 parts, 4 quadrants, and I'm going to look at where that energy is affecting your creative process. Right up front in the first quadrant, when you go to think of what you want to create and how big or great you want to create, that negative energy is in that first quadrant. I want to ground that out. So it it kind of bums you out before you even start to think of what you want to create. And all I see is the energy of, like, there was the saying, the town crier, somebody who's always complaining or calling, like crying wolf. That's totally the energy of what I see in that first quadrant coming from the media. It's all about making things more fearful, bigger, scarier than they really are, and really promoting fear. So I'm taking all of that out of the creative process in that first quadrant. That was a good request. I'm liking this, because that's very pertinent and it's affecting everyone. And then out of the second quadrant in everybody's creative process, I'm taking out atheist energy, that energy that just will not say hello to spirit, because a mock-up, which is what I'm working on, your creative process and your ability to do mock-ups, is all about your ability to say hello to spirit, spiritual energy, and supreme being. So I'm taking out atheist energy right now. And there's a lot of it coming out, because people do not want you to be able to use your highest creative essence. That's a big threat to them, because when you are using your highest creative essence in no effort, in spontaneity, you are powerful. And that's very threatening. Okay, the rest of this looks good. Trusting in the universe looks good. That receiving quadrant, I want to clean out everybody's ability to receive your mock-ups. It's a little busy in there to try to get something through the door. So I'm cleaning that out. Lot of other people waiting in your receiving quadrant for the goodies that you've put the time and energy into creating to come to them. So no, we need to kick them out. That's your receiving quadrant. God, it's so great. When I take the people out of your receiving quadrant, the light just starts flowing in. And the light that I'm looking at coming in really represents your ability to receive a mock-up. So it's incredible how much other people were blocking your ability to receive something. Okay. I'm going to fill everybody in with gold. Fill in your creative process. There's a lot of gold in that now. That looks so much better. Thank you for that request. That was great. I may have covered everything. Let me just double check. Okay, I'm going to do one last request because it's a really good one. It was a request for a good day with family members. The request is from somebody that's going to be meeting up with their family and would like to have the energy set. I love this request. I'm going to set the energy for everybody in their families for harmony and clear communication. A lot of energies coming out, as you might guess. A lot of hurt feelings, misunderstandings, feelings of being disrespected, unappreciated. And that's not specifically to the person who requested this. I'm just saying that's kind of like your garden variety generic energy coming out of the communication lines in everybody's family. A lot of energy from all different family members of feeling not valued or not appreciated. It's really great because when I ground the family units, everything just starts to calm down. There was a lot of staticky gray white energy that was like that came out of everybody's family. To the person that requested this, there is a member of the other family that is very embedded in victim pictures. And there's not a lot you can do about that except let them have their pictures. And what I mean by that is don't fight it, don't resist it. That's what they want to believe is happening to them. Let them have that. But that's what I see is kind of one of the issues that has to be worked around is a member of the family is very tied to being a victim. So that's when you say, let them have their pictures. You can let them have their pictures about themselves and let them have their pictures about you. It doesn't have to change anything in your universe. All right, I'm going to fill everybody in with gold now. And harmony. That's nice. That was a good healing. I could tell it was putting people, not people, but family members back in communication with each other, just even on a real simple energy level. Being able to say hello to another family member is great, because when we start not speaking to family members, you know what we're doing? We're punishing them. So you have to be careful not to throw punishment, which is denying somebody communication or a hello. So check your own space to see if you are withholding communication and punishing somebody in your family. And if you are, see if you can find a little forgiveness for them. And if you can't, ask Supreme Being to help you with that and get a forgiveness healing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close out for tonight. May it be with the blessing of divinity that these healings tonight in Seek and You Will Find be complete. All right. Thank you for all those questions and requests. And I don't have my calendar up quite yet. I'm trying to get to it right now so I can tell you what's coming up. My computer's a little slow. Okay, it's very slow. Okay, later on next week, we have Wednesday night, we have a validation healing in the sanctuary, and that'll be at 7 o'clock. Love the validation healings. They're so positive and reaffirming. So I look forward to seeing you in that. Thank you for joining me. Got my eyes on you. Have a lovely evening and enjoy your healing tonight. Thanks. Bye-bye.